Somewhat surprisingly, this is not an arcade conversion. Gynoug, or Wings of War, for our American players, is a horizontally scrolling shooter with a mythological horror aesthetic that breaks little ground, but provides a top-tier blasting experience. You are War, a winged battle mage, and you need to defeat the destroyer who has corrupted the planet of Ickis with a virus turning everything into grotesque abominations. As you fly, you can power up your weapons and speed, and collect magic scrolls that act a bit like smart bombs. 5 long stages and a whole host of strange bosses stand in your way. Graphics are, for the most part, excellent with variety in enemy types and imaginative bosses, as well as a few graphical tricks in the background, which makes up for the lack of detail. There are some driving, beat-heavy, chiptunes, and decent effects that fit the action well. Gameplay is very traditional with all the power-ups, speed-ups, and boss enemies you'd expect, but this is one of the better examples with smooth movement, lots of enemy patterns, and interesting weaponry to use. The difficulty is pitched well with progress possible with experience, and you really want to see what bizarre creatures await on each level. I really enjoyed this one. Thumbs up